Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I have an unusual smartphone today. It's called the Smartisan Nut Pro 2. Definitely a phone that you've probably never heard of. Definitely a phone that I haven't heard of. This is around £286 at the moment, probably near the £300 mark on GearBest. And this has the Snapdragon 660 processor, just like the Elephone U Pro and the Mi Note 3. It also has 128GB of storage and 6GB of RAM. So, very, very promising specs. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. The pride and joy of an artisan. Got a nice little pull tab there. Put that to one side. It's very light. Okay, so first of all, you're presented with some sort of manual and the SIM tray tool. And you can see there with the little icons and what are going to be in here. Okay, so you get an adapter for your headphones, and it is USB Type-C as well. They're all going down that route now. So no headphone jack on the phone. And a huge space for the charging block. A nice sort of rib texture. 5, 9 and 12 volt output, so it is fast charging. Okay, let's take a look at the smartphone itself. It does have a protective sleeve on here, and it does feel really light. Let's have a look. What's this? Oh, it's the back that peels off. Cool. And the front. Sweet. Okay. Very, very smart design. It's pretty much flat. It reminds me of a sort of an Xperia phone. It's square with rounded corners. Would have been flat at the back if it wasn't for the camera that's butting out just there. You can just see there. It seems to have front and rear glass. That must be the fingerprint sensor. I did read that it is Gorilla Glass. This is very, very smart. Really smart. And look at we come around here. There's a lovely gold trim all around the edge. You can see the SIM tray there. This side, I'm assuming that's going to be some sort of camera button. So we can get a better look at it here. Really smart sort of gold trim around the edge. I believe that's a camera button there next to the SIM tray. At the top of this phone, not really much there apart from the antennas just on near the corners. And looks like there's a microphone there as well at the top. And again on the side here, really, really smart gold trim around the edge. Volume rocker up and down, and the power button. I don't know who the Smartisan are, but it is definitely a smartphone. And then at the bottom, again, you have the antennas near the corners, speaker grill, USB Type-C connection, and a microphone. Super smart. So this Smartisan phone does seem quite light. If I put my Google Pixel on there, 166 grams. Put the Elephone U Pro, 171 grams. Let's get the Smartisan Nut Pro 2, 153 grams, which isn't a bad thing at all. And the Smartisan Nut Pro has a 3500 mAh battery, so very similar size to both those other phones as well. Come to the back of the phone, it does have dual rear cameras, and when you at first glance, it just looks like it's a single camera. But that's the main one there, and the second one just between the flashlight and the main camera. So hoping to get some decent bokeh effects from this, but very, very impressed with design and quality. It does feel quality. It's light, and some people might think it feels a little bit cheap. It does feel quite lightweight. Obviously it's not a budget phone, and it's not a huge flagship phone. It's sort of mid-tier, the same sort of price as the LFO Nut Pro and the Mi Note 3, all with similar specs. So let's have a look and turn this on. You can just see at the top there as well, guys, bang in the center is the front facing camera. Okay, so we're now here. You can just make out above the front facing camera the slight cutout for the earpiece that you put to your ear. So they've crammed that in at the top there. Choose English. End user license agreement. God knows what I'm accepting there. Wi-Fi. Okay, let's connect to Wi-Fi. So you can do data transfer if you previously have a Smartisan. Let's skip that. You can choose a 9 grid or 20 grid launcher. So I'm going to go with the 20. What's this? Themes, transparent or material. Let's try transparent. London. Okay, that's more like it. 24-hour format. Next. Oh, I'll just click next. Come on, let's get into it. Let's set up my fingerprint, shall we? Oh. Confirm. Let's find the... So it's obviously quite a huge fingerprint sensor there, or bigger than what I'm used to. So that's registered that one. Oh, you can also do face unlock as well. Let's start that. Face enrolled, 100%. We can now start using the phone. Great. Okay, so we're in straight away. New updates are available for download. Okay, this is different. Where's all the... Okay, I've just had 10 minutes with the smartphone just to familiarise myself. There's quite a bit... Because it's quite different to what you normally expect for a smartphone. Obviously, the software is slightly different. It is Android 7, but Smartisan have got their own flavour on top. Got these really cute, tiny navigation buttons at the bottom. Click them, they take you to recent apps and show you Wi-Fi, mobile data, GPS, and all of that. What you typically get from scrolling down at the top of a normal Android smartphone. So here are the settings. There's a few sort of settings here which I'm not too familiar with. Big Bang settings, no idea, one step. Here are a few icons there at the side there. Looks like sort of one-handed mode in a sense. You can get rid of that there like that, but I'll... What's idea pills? No idea. So there's quite a few sort of quirky settings on this smartphone which I really need to have a look at and delve in a little bit deeper. Screen and font. So we're on maximum brightness at the moment, now we're on minimum. Navigation bar does have a tiny little arrow there at the bottom. So now we are full screen. This is a 6-inch smartphone and the display looks really crisp and viewing angles are very good as well. I like the design of the icons too. They are slightly different, colours slightly different. So in terms of apps that are pre-installed, this is what we've got here. Looks pretty standard, apart from this idea pills there. We have Handshaker and Hand in Hand, which I've not heard of before. So there's plenty of settings going through the Nut Pro 2. We go down to about this phone, let's have a look. A bit more information. So there, the Smartisan OS version 4.04. Also has a bit more information there. Model number, storage, which is 128 gig. Android 7.11. Shows there like Qualcomm technologies. Snapdragon 660 with 6 gigabytes of RAM as well. So this is quite a peculiar device from what I'm used to. Let's open up YouTube. So we have the 60 frames per second option. So it is compatible. Let's have a look at some footage. It's not rotating automatically. Why is that? Auto rotation. There we go. So we need to turn the auto rotation on. Let's try again. There we go. Pinch to zoom. Cool. Looks to have a very, very nice display. Oh, I pressed a button there. A little button at the bottom. Oh yeah, cracking display. Look at that. It's got thin bezels around the edge and quite small bezels at the bottom and the top of the Nut Pro 2. Yeah, the display is beautiful, guys. The camera doesn't do it justice. Yeah, nice small bezels. 18:9 ratio, 6-inch smartphone. Very nice. Okay, let's check the camera out then. It's got a dual rear camera, 12 megapixel and a 5 megapixel lens. All the settings down here at the bottom. We can scroll through quite easy. We have the bokeh effect into photo, video, slow-mo as well. We're on photo at the moment. To come along to the end here, that's where the settings are. I prefer them to have them up there, to be honest, instead of having to scroll through there. So we have the image ratio settings. I like to use 16:9. They also have 18:9. Let's try that. Not seen that before. Video resolution 1080p. Also 4K option, but let's leave it at 1080p. Video stabilization setting. Front camera, let's change that to 16:9. 1080p front camera, that's great. Okay, let's start shooting. So look, you can see that fills the whole screen. 18:9. Let's fling that back. Is there autofocus? I can touch focus. Let's do the top. Let's switch to video mode and let's try a bit of video. Okay, so here we are with the Smartisan Nut Pro 2 testing camera performance, or video camera performance, and the audio quality. I must admit it looks brilliant from here on the live view. Really, really does. Let's hope that's the case on the actual video. Okay. Let's switch to front facing camera. So this is set to 16:9. And let's try and take a photo. Switch to photo mode. So the few sort of beauty settings there, I can turn that off there, I think. Yeah, I don't want no beauty settings, I just want raw image. Here we go. Snap. Video mode. Go. Testing the front-facing camera on the Smartisan Nut Pro 2. Very sunny in here today. But this camera does look pretty decent. Pretty good. Right guys, I'm just testing the audio, and audio on ear is absolutely brilliant. It's got that nice low end warm sound. It's not tinny and thin. It's full sound. I know it's really difficult to sort of replicate that sort of quality and sound over the microphone, but I really hope you can tell how good this is. It is fantastic. Great level of sound, clear and nice and bassy as well. Not too intense either, just right. So guys, I think this concludes the unboxing and a quick look at the Smartisan Nut Pro 2. First impressions, quite a peculiar device with some settings and some quirky little apps I'm going to have to sort of get my head round and sort of get used to. But quality wise is really, really good. Smart design for a Smartisan as well. Very, very smart, sleek. Incredible sound quality. The best I've heard on one of the smartphones on this channel since I've started it. Camera looks really good as well. And that display is crisp. Front and back glass as well. A fingerprint magnet, but that's what you expect with a front and back glass, and it will be a little bit slippery as well, I'd imagine. The fingerprint sensor has Face ID, Snapdragon 660 at 2.2 GHz, 128 GB storage, 6 GB of RAM. It is looking an absolute belter of a phone. Still not as gorgeous as the Elephone U Pro though, unfortunately. But very, very similar specs when you compare the two. Snapdragon, both storage the same, both amount of memory, 6-inch screens, 18:9 ratio, 2160 by 1080p. This has an AMOLED display. This has IPS. I might even do a comparison of the two. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like that. But this is the Smartisan Nut Pro 2, guys. Take a look at the links in the description below. Looks like a pretty neat device, guys. Any questions, please comment below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.